I like this bit of aggression, though. Kristen seems to be ready. Glock, it's messy, but it does convert. Realizes that he's not alone, and that actually there's more charging his way. He needs support from his teammates, and he just can't seem to connect his head. Process struggling his own, but his teammates seem to be holding the fort quite well. Leaf trading back 2v2. Arrows, USP, taps away, can't convert. Docs, with the C4 in hand, is going to try and commit to this plant. Leaf trying to provide him as much cover as he can, and it's actually enough. Docs responds with a headshot onto his teammate. And a 1v1. Arrow tucked behind this smoke, not for long as it starts to fade, but Docs doesn't see him as he fades away himself. PT50 at range. Packs a nasty punch, but only if he can hit the head, and he seems to be struggling. Does convert him down low. Flash in hand. Remember, no Kevlar on Arrow. It's the kit, so it means he's got a slightly longer fuse on the round, but it means he's a little... Headshot from Azu. They're trying to lean back towards this B site. Sky, the lone defender again. Incendiary comes a tad late. Maybe not expecting someone to be swinging like that. But they do, and he does manage to convert. Falls right back, calls for the reinforcements. They've got a man advantage, so he just doesn't want to be dying here. He's happy to play this at an arm's length. And if things get a little too hot to handle, then he can back off and wait for his teammates to arrive. But apparently the advantage, Sin. Another incendiary in place, but needs to be careful. Azu's actually on the front side of it, and Sin just jiggling. There we go. Spots the shadow, the sun on this map, a cruel mistress, but the timings, oh, it's impeccable. And the information can't be relayed quick enough. No reaction. And Sin, oh, wow, okay. Does manage to catch off Azu. He takes a bit of a 50-50 on that one. And despite his best efforts, despite his heroics, it still leaves Kristen in a 1 versus 3. He's got the C4 and a couple of players that are tagged down fairly low. So this is definitely doable. He's got a bit of time on his clock as well. So all the little silver linings in place, but he's still got a lot of work to do. Sensei behind the site, toying with this. Kristen's making a lot of noise. Sensei knows he can just stay quiet and dance around it. Even going to go for the knife. Just so does give him a little bit of space, gives him a little bit of freedom to know that he can peek certain long-range angles, and there's not going to be another sniper on the receiving end of it. This Process follows up with a clean headshot, actually takes 2 for his troubles. Leaf's there for the trade, but still a man advantage in the CT's favor. Sensei misses a routine shot, uncharacteristic for him. And a man advantage. Bomb being held down. Sensei wants to dance around this pillar. Needs to be careful, though. That smoke is fading around to his right-hand side, but he's got support. Apparently, that's not enough. Arrow good for 1, but everybody else crumbles. And Shine takes... leaves him high and dry, but of course, at least gets the trade. Kristen on the other side of this wall. Molly. Oh, it's going to cause Sky a whole lot of problems, especially with Sensei running in and dying like that. Spams through the smoke. He's aware there's another one there. He heard him taking ticks from the Molotov. Sky on 6 HP knows that he is stuck. He is trapped, and there's no way out. Arrow needs to hit the head, and he just can't. Otherwise, it becomes 10 times harder. Shine's position maybe begs to differ. I'm thinking Azu's got one chance there to grab that C4, but with Shine coming in from the back lines, and they seem to be fairly unsuspecting. Just needs to make sure his timing's right. Oh no, they're ready for him. Yeah, you could see they started to entertain the idea. When Azu went quiet, it just went too quiet. That's the problem. It's so important there that Azu doesn't die in that situation, but in not doing so, he makes no noise. Key rounds towards the end really did make all the difference. Those betting odds from our partners at 1xBet showing that they're definitely the favourites to convert this one, especially as they move over to their T side. The Glock packing quite a nasty punch. As soon as they get up close and personal, that spam ability just becomes so deadly. An Arrow proves it further. Back down low though, Leaf in the same boat, but there we go. One bullet from Sin will finish him off. Now Arrow, so low on health, needs to rely on the support from Sin. It's definitely not as important as the next round. So yeah, you kind of go at it with the attitude of we're going to try and win it, but even if we don't, that's fine. We still leave ourselves a little margin for error. We just need to make sure that we win the next round. So we're going to have all the money so that we can have all the tools to make sure that that's the case. Because so far in this second half, there hasn't even been the opportunity to put out an AWP on Shine. A CT map like this with an AWP on a AWPer as talented as... Okay, an Arrow at close. Process even closer. Arrow might just be able to catch him out. Timing's good. They line up. He does a whole load of damage. His teammates in the meantime stepping up as well. Process, that's huge. Burns to the flames. But he's done his job and he's done it fine. Shine's still low. He's on the other side of the map. Leaf has to carry all of this on his shoulders. Looking to cause problems. I'm really far back though. It's because they've got the bomb down. So the fact that, yeah, Big Academy are on the site doesn't really have too much weight behind it. Process wants to... And spamming away. Just can't find it. Knocks on the jump. Does take a lot of damage from those nades. Process's timing's brilliant. And I love how he just reels it in. Finds that opening kill, but realizes there's no one close up in B main. There's no one here with me in canals. So I'm just going to kind of reel this in a little bit. Find that opening headshot. But wait for my teammates to get into position. I've bought some space, and I've put in an aggressive prod at Azu. That's filthy, but his teammates are still tearing the place apart. Azu finds one more head, but it all falls onto Christen's shoulders. 3v1 to take them to overtime. It's definitely doable. But he's not been the hardest hitter. He's actually had a bit of a slow game, and Sky punishes him for it. Absolutely perfect stuff in the final round.